Country boys will survive the woke warriors. The same fools who are fake mad over Aldean's song were probably silent while cities burned. The coexist crowd is at it again, and they're coming for country music. Turns out good old-fashioned American values like God, family and country are no bueno for the tolerant wokesters. Add in a politically conservative white boy and now you have contrived antics and an epic temper tantrum. Unless you've been living under a rock, by now you know the woke warrior's latest target is country megastar Jason Aldean. With screams of racism, their favorite ism, they leveled their rage at his music video, Try That in a Small Town. Never mind, the song makes zero references to race. Cue your shocked face. But that's just a minor detail that celebrities, bottom feeders in the Twitterverse and their cohorts in the media can't concern themselves with. They're like a bunch of guppies in a fish tank lurking around ready to suck up and spit out the next fake ism or phobe that drops in their tank. Not only does Aldean's song not mention race, it literally speaks out against violent crime in our country. Something everyone could get behind once upon a time. Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk. Carjack an old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. Ya think it's cool? Well, act a fool if ya like. Cuss out a cop. Spit in his face. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, ya think you're tough. The video, which was censored by Country Music Television, features real news coverage of violent riots, looting, spitting in a police officer's face, and protesters burning cities, cop cars and flags. And perhaps that's the problem. These are the protests the left tried to sell us as mostly peaceful. I would venture a pretty hefty wager the same fools who are fake mad and setting their keyboards on fire over Aldean's song calling out violent criminal behavior were stone cold silent while cities were burning. Just a guess. The same CMT that pulled Aldean's video gave Kelsea Ballerini its blessing to perform If You Go Down, I'm Going Down Too, with drag queen dancers at the CMT Awards earlier this year to protest a now blocked Tennessee law preventing drag performers from shaking their junk in front of kids. It should not be a footnote that this CMT spectacle went down just days after a person identifying as transgender killed 6 people at the Covenant School in Nashville, including 3 9-year-old children. Salt meat wound. CMT should ask Bud Light what happens when you forget where you came from. Because I promise you, wherever they're going, loyal country fans aren't following. Aldean may be the left's latest bullseye, but with his fans they didn't even hit the dartboard. After CMT flipped its audience the bird, Try That in a Small Town flew to no. 1 on the iTunes chart. Fans sent the message to the woke mob. Go cry in your can of Bud Light. And thus the divide that appears to be deepening in Nashville between the woke brass and their bread and butter. Outspoken conservative country singer John Rich claims the gulf started to widen several years ago between country music fans and the tone-deaf powers that be when suits from big cities started replacing Nashville executives who knew the business. Tweeting once that he was blackballed by Music Row, Rich, in a genius move, found a way around the machine last year when he released Progress, which makes the point that the left's progressive agenda has given us anything but progress. He knew nobody in Nashville would want to release the song uncensored, so he skipped the industry chain of command and released it on Truth Social and Rumble, where free speech is celebrated.